I'll call the meeting to order. Roll call, we do have a quorum. So we'll move on to announcements. Staff?
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. In front of you, you have a revised report for item 21, noting the request to defer to the May meeting instead of the April meeting. You have a revised consent agenda noting that request to defer for item 21. Items 17, 18, 21, and 21 are on the consent for deferral. And Robin and Sharon were reappointed to serve on the Planning Commission on March the 9th. And then finally, on the same day, the County Commission adopted the SS4A plan, which includes the Roadway Safety Action Plan and the Multimodal Greenway Plan. So that has been adopted. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Moving on to the public comment period, we do have one person that has signed up. So if you'll come to the podium, state your name and address, and you have a 3-minute max, please.
Good evening. My name's Tom Schenkenberger. I'm at 7000 Vineyard Valley Drive in College Grove. I am the president of the HOA for Vineyard Valley. I did email this group back November 10th, and I did speak here back on November 13th. And we spoke about the 40-foot right-of-way being changed to perhaps 38-foot. We've got 3 sections in the subdivision. Sections 1 and 3 are complete. We have section 2 outstanding. And at this time, we still have that same homeowner at lot 208 who absolutely will not sign and approve doing this. I have been working closely with Greg Templeton and Josh Dickerson from Willow Branch Partners, and I reviewed some of the information that was on your website, and I just want to say that their attachment 26-3, which is an itinerary of events that took place, events where they were involved, or I was involved, or others on my board were involved, is accurate, and we have done almost everything we can to get them to approve this. I do not know why they won't. There is nothing but a benefit to them to do it. And I hope that you'll, work with Willow Branch on what they've proposed here. Our board agrees with it. So, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Moving on, consideration of the minutes from the last meeting. Any comments or motion?
Motion. Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to the consent agenda, I need to recuse myself from this, so I'll let Mr. Crohan take over.
On the consent agenda, does any of the commissioners want to pull any of the items off separately? If not, we'll hear them as a whole. Seeing none, do we have a motion to accept the consent agenda as written?
Motion to accept. Second.
A motion is second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Good deal. Thank you, sir. Moving on to old business, item number 16, Terra Vista Roads Drainage and Erosion Control Bond update. So,
Brett Thaney with True Land Consulting representing Jones Company. I'll start with the amenity site. There was a request for some comments with regard to the engineering letter for the retaining walls. Those comments were addressed. We got a hold of the original engineer. He amended his report, and that's been sent in, and it's my understanding and review. Phase 1 items, we walked with a contractor on Monday, and we're waiting a bid back for those. Kind of what engineering referred to last meeting. Once it's warm enough and weather allows, we'll have the bid, and we'll jump on that as soon as weather allows us to. As far as phase 2 comments, detention pond 5 still needs some work. It's still too wet in there to get in there. Currently, we have the contractor set up for next week. Weather's looking favorable, so hopefully that dries out enough where we can get in there, and he's got to fix some issues in there. Walked with the geotech last week or end of the week before. He's satisfied with the repairs. Received the first draft of his letter Monday. He's off the rest of the week, and we should have his final letter next week to send to the county about the slope repairs. There's a dropout that opened up there. We'll deal with that with the wastewater road. And then stormwater cleanout, now that major grading is done, for the most part, is set up for next week to clean the stormwater for phase 2. And then the other outstanding item, the additional road cores have been done. We're waiting on the geotech for his report to understand what comes out of the result of those cores. Should have that. He said he was working on it Monday, so I would assume next week. And then the wastewater road, last Thursday we got the scope for the work to be done out there, and that's one of the items we walked with the contractor on Monday. And there was some changes in that, so we're waiting for a new bid for that to get that worked out and then started. So, happy to answer any kind of question.
Any questions from commission or staff? Thank you.
How long do you anticipate until I know we're coming out of winter. It's hard to make any hay during winter time, but how much longer do you anticipate until you're all wrapped up?
All of it. With the way one is in those pond conditions, I would guess early summer, to where it's late spring, early summer, hopefully gets dry enough where we can physically get in there and do that work.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Mr. Commissioner, I do have a brief staff report. We could look at some pictures and kind of show the planning commission kind of what's out there. And if you'd like me to go through that.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Well, let's start with section 2, because that's the one we've been talking the most about. I went out there today just to take some pictures. This is the access road. They have realigned it and restabilized a lot of it. There's going to be some additional work there at the curb, including some concrete apron placed. So that's still pending, but it's definitely an improvement. This is detention pond 5. Clearly they've done some work, but like Brent was saying, there's some additional work that needs to be done. There's some ponding. It's not quite there yet. The soil area where we had a slide has been done, so we're waiting for that geotechnical report. So those are all positive things. I think that's shown some some progress. Now there was a question about the landscape buffer, so I wanted to kind of clarify that. This is the approved landscape plan. So when I initially made a comment about trees being planted and needing to be removed, they were up on the top of the berm. So they were not in line with the rest of the landscape. And the issue there was, roots growing and possible eventual potential failure of an earthen embankment. We don't like to see trees planted on top of the bank because it can weaken the berm. So I asked them to remove it. So here's where the trees were supposed to be planted. And the reason I bring that up is we got a letter requesting replanting trees. And I think the issue was they were not planted in the correct place to begin with. So Aaron can correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is those need to be placed in that configuration there at the toe of the slope. Moving to section 1, we haven't talked a lot about this, but there's some ponds that need some work. Detention pond 2, it's pretty swampy. There's some cattails, and that needs to be regraded and drainage repaired. Detention pond 1 needs a lot of work, and we've met with Brent and the engineering team about this. This is the water quality swale. It's not it's not supposed to have exposed pipe, but that's on the list of things to repair. So just to summarize, this is because I know there's a lot of probably curiosity about kind of where we are with this, but there are currently 27 open issues, road core sample, which Brent touched on, geotechnical, regrading slope, and pond 5 in section 2. Section 1, the trees and the landscape buffer, the core samples, ponds 1, 2A, 2B, 2D, and some slope regrading, and the water quality swell. Those are some of the big issues. So I just kind of put together some ideas, some recommendations. I mean, and I think they're in line with what he's said here. But one thing is we need to get some equipment on site. So hopefully by the next meeting, April 9th, there'll be some active construction on site. May 14th, I would like to see the pond grading complete so we can get some stabilization performed. By the 11th, the road should be done, the pond should be stabilized, the water quality should be complete, and the trees should be planted. And by July, I would hope that the majority of the issues are closed out, and that we have the engineering geotechnical core reports. That's kind of what I would hope to see, addressed. So I just wanted to kind of prepare that for you guys to kind of see, and so that's where we are with that.
Yes, sir. We don't see this very often, at least from my experience on the Planning Commission. I'm curious what's different here and why we have to babysit this project. Why does this keep coming back to us? And why are we having to pay so much attention to every one of these line items? Is this just a unique situation? Is this just bad development area trouble we're having? Like, why are we going through this? And why is it taking so long?
Well, from the history of it, some of it is the slope of it, if you will, the terrain. Some of it is time of year, a little bit of trying to do that in the wet weather. I'm not opposed at all to that schedule. I would say change a couple items. Like from the May deadline, I would have a concern that it'll be dry enough to do the pond in May. If it is, then we're happy to do it. I mean, our goal is to get off of it as fast as we can.
Mm-hmm.
So weather allows, I'm not opposed to that schedule. I just don't know if the weather's going to be dry enough in April and May to get in there. And I would say the access road will move up on that schedule. But historically, over the years, I can't tell you. I wasn't involved. I don't know why it wasn't done 2 years ago.
Okay. Do you feel like you've got your kind of full attention on this project?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've been trying to peck at it through winter as much as we can. So I think come spring, weather allows, kind of early summer, we'll be done.
Okay.
So.
Is it reasonable? You said you'd had a couple of adjustments. Is it reasonable to ask, how you would adjust that schedule, and then we revisit this at the next one and see what kind of progress we've made against?
Sure. The April 9th will, and if you'll define what equipment means on site, like where. So just meaning for phase 1, that'll be potentially hard to do given the nature of the work. It's still probably going to be too wet. If we're talking detention pond 5, like I said, we're going to try to be there next week. That pond all through the winter, it has water in the bottom of it. So even runoff, which it's still holding some, it's wet all winter long. So that if it's dry enough, we'll do it. So if that's what is meant by equipment, I don't have a problem with that. But if we're talking phase 1, I would tell you that's unrealistic. So just, driving that down. I think the access road, I hope to have done by next month, would be my goal. So that one would move up. The June, July, in terms of the ponds being stable and stuff, the weather allows, I think that's very reasonable. I agree with the July 9th, the majority of the days. Stabilization, that'll happen as the grading happens, as we kind of walk out. So some will be done before that, some would be done after that. The 8 trees, I'll get with Jones and have a conversation about that. If that's ultimately where that ends up, then I would rather plant them earlier than later than in June, because they have not a very high success rate to live in June.
Yeah.
So the earlier that gets finalized, the better.
Yeah.
So
Does it make sense then to kind of formalize that and I think we'd all like to, and I think you would too, probably
Sure.
like to see this come off the agenda. Would it make sense to formalize that? And
sure,
that
if
way
he'll
it's-
send that to me, I'll send, if it's amenable to you guys, I'll send a revised version. And then through Michael, we can work through that and then go over it at the next meeting.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, and, you know, I'll say it for the sake of the project too, just, we all have to recognize April's generally gonna be your rainy season, May's gonna be rainy. I mean, you know, hopefully there's a lot of water to deal with in
Yeah.
a couple of those ponds, so, you know, it's, we gotta recognize that too, but hopefully we'll get a little break here
Yeah.
and make progress.
So,
Thank you.
yep, absolutely.
All right, moving on. I'm sorry, yeah, go ahead, Don.
Would it be possible for the commission to have the updated recommendations prior to the next meeting, so we have them in front of us when you come back to us again?
Yes,
Yeah, I'll probably have,
we can do that.
I'll have my list back to him by next week.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Anything else? I apologize, Don. So moving on to items 17 and 18 were deferred. Item 19, preliminary plat review revised for Artisan Acres subdivision Lot 10 containing one lot on 5 acres located off Artisan Drive in the 5th voting district. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The property is located off Artesian Drive, shown in the red. This consists of one lot. The lot totals 5 acres. There you see the lot in the blue. The purpose of the revision is to make Lot 10 a buildable lot, which becomes Lot 201 in Phase 2. A soils test was not provided for Lot 10 when the subdivision was created in 1988, so that's why it was designated an unbuildable lot. Water service will be provided by the Noblesville College Grove Utility District. Wastewater is handled via an individual on-site septic system. And the revised preliminary plat is in order, and staff recommends approval with the standard conditions outlined in the staff report.
Thank you, sir. Any discussion on item 19?
Motion to approve for staff.
Motion? Do I have a second? Oh, go ahead, Don.
It was unbuildable the first time. Has the, it been buildable now because they've gone in and found out that they can't put a septic system and everything in there?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Do I have a second? We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to item 20, preliminary plat review for Log Valley Trail, large lot easement subdivision, Lot 3 containing one lot on 16.21 acres located off of Log Valley Trail in the 1st voting district. Staff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This project is located off Log Valley Trail. You can see Log Valley Trail in the red. It consists of a single lot. The lot totals 16.21 acres. You can see it there in the blue-gray. The National Park Service is unwilling to grant an easement from Drury Lane. The purpose of this plat is to change access from Log Valley Trail in red to Drury Creek Trail in yellow up at the top. Water will be provided by an individual on-site well. Wastewater will be handled via individual on-site septic system, and the Department of Sewage Disposal Management has approved the request. And staff recommends approval with standard conditions outlined in the staff report.
Thank you. Any questions on item 20? Yes, sir.
My question would be on how they're going to cross the creek or that stream of water through there.
They'll be able to handle, if they cross it at a 90-degree angle, I think that's correct, isn't it?
Yeah, there were some previous approvals by the Stormwater Appeals Board as far as creek crossings and driveways that would be required. So that's going to be addressed with the building permit.
Thank you.
Anything further? Do I have a motion? And a second? I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to preliminary plats, item 21 was deferred. Item 22, preliminary plat review for the Arbors at Leapers Fork subdivision, Phase 2, containing 16 lots on 379 acres, located off Hargrove Road in the first voting district. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Property is located off of Hargrove Road, shown in red in the bottom right in the screen. The phase total is 133 acres in size and contains 16 lots, shown in the blue. There are 62 acres of open space, shown in the light green. The roads will be private and gated. Those are shown in the yellow. Water is provided by HB&TS Utility District. Wastewater is handled by individual on-site septic systems. This preliminary plat is consistent with the revised concept plan, and staff recommends approval with the standard conditions outlined in the staff report.
Thank you. Do we have any questions on item number 22? I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. Preliminary plat, item 23, preliminary plat review for the Grove subdivision, Phase 15, containing 9 lots on 10.73 acres, located off Arnold Road in the second voting district. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The property is located internally off of Heirloom Boulevard, shown in the red. This phase total is 10.73 acres. The phase boundary is shown in the pink. Consists of 9 lots. 9 lots are shown in the navy blue. This will have 5.82 acres of open space, shown in the green. Roads within the development are private. Water is provided by Millcrofton Utility District. Lots are served by a non-traditional wastewater treatment and disposal system. The preliminary plat is consistent with the revised concept plan, and staff recommends approval with the standard conditions outlined in the staff report.
Thank you. Any questions on item 23?
Just a question for my information. How many phases are there? Does anyone know? Like that historical. This is phase 15. I'm just curious how many more there are. Do we know? Yeah.
We're close. Adam Sager with Dale and Associates. I think this is the last phase for residential lots. So, yeah, about ready to close it out.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions? Do I have a motion? We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to final plats, item 24. Final plat review for Marlowe Meadows at Carl Road, large lot easement subdivision containing 5 lots on 108.66 acres, located off Carl Road in the 9th voting district. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This project is located off Carl Road, as you can see in red on the upper left inset. The development totals 108.66 acres. Consists of 5 lots, as you can see in the blue-gray. Lots will be accessed by an access easement, as you can see in yellow on both insets. The resource protection standards have been met. Water will be provided by HB and TS Utility District. Wastewater will be handled by individual on-site septic systems, and the Department of Sewage Disposal Management has approved the request. The final plat is consistent with the previously approved preliminary plat, and staff recommends approval with standard conditions outlined in the staff report.
Any questions on item 24? Have a motion? Do I have a second? Second. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to item 25, final plat review revised for Little Creek Farm subdivision containing 18 lots on 57.08 acres located off of Wilson Pike in the 4th voting district. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The property is located off of Wilson Pike, shown on the top right of the screen in red. The development totals 57.08 acres in size and contains 18 lots, shown in the blue. The purpose of this revision is to make the roads private and gated. The roads are shown in yellow. Water is provided by Millcrofton Utility District, and wastewater is handled by individual on-site septic systems, which the Department of Sewage Disposal Management has approved. This revised final plat is in order, and staff recommends approval. Standard conditions outlined in the staff report.
Thank you. Any questions on item number 25? Do I have a motion? Do I have a second? Second. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to item 26, final plat review revised and reapproval for Vineyard Valley Section 2 containing 15 lots on 16.15 acres located off Nellis Branch Road in the 2nd voting district. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The property is located off Neals Branch Drive, shown in red in the center of the screen. The section totals 16.6 acres in size and contains 15 lots which were built out, shown in the dark blue. This revised final plat was approved in November 2025 to remove sidewalks from the right-of-way by reducing right-of-way width from 40 feet to 38 feet, and that variance was granted. This revision requires the signatures of all lot owners within the section, and attachment 26-3 describes steps the HOA has taken to acquire all signatures. All owners agree to sign the plat except for the owners of lot 208. Since the owners of lot 208 did not sign the plat, the right-of-way shifted for all lots except for lot 208. Right-of-way for all lots except lot 208 has been reduced to 38 feet. Lot 208 will remain at 40 feet. Water is provided by the Millcrofton Utility District. Lots are served by non-traditional wastewater treatment and disposal system. The revised final plat is in order, and staff recommends approval with the original conditions outlined in the staff report.
Thank you. Do we have any discussion or questions on item 26? Yes, sir.
What does it actually, and I think you sent that, but I didn't see it in the email, the answer, what does it whittle it down to as far as the width of the sidewalk?
So is the sidewalk in the plan I saw was 4 feet, and the 40 to 38 is taking 1 foot off of each side, right? So you would take 1 foot off.
Yeah,
the
so I believe it varies somewhat, Mr. Chairman, but I think it can go down to no less than 36. I believe. Do we know in that area? Can the applicant step forward?
Amanda Reed, Pape Dawson. So the lots, there's only sidewalk on one side of the road, and so the lots that are affected on one side, the right-of-way was reduced by 2 feet on that side. So it goes from 40 to 38 feet overall. So it's not on both sides. It's only directly affecting lots that have the sidewalk. But since it's a requirement for everybody to sign the plat, all of the lot owners, with the exception of the one lot, have signed.
But I guess, do we know in that particular lot?
Oh, that particular lot. So they are going to reduce that sidewalk to, it's 36 inches? Yeah, 36 inches. So just on the front of that lot 208. And that'll bring it outside of the right-of-way and on just strictly on the lot.
So that should still comply with the ADA requirements.
Any further questions?
Do we know why one applicant did not, or the one lot owner did not want to sign? Is that person here?
It's, I don't believe they are here that we know of, but I think they've outlined everything, all the communication in that letter that's included in the packet. So they've tried for months to get them to agree. And the HOA has been very supportive, and the rest of the neighbors have all signed. You know, I think there's 68 lots total, and everyone else has signed.
Yes, sir, Mr. Crowan.
And it's, as far as we know, we don't know of any reason why the property owner doesn't want this, will it do any harm in any way that you know to them?
I don't know what harm it would cause by reducing their sidewalk to 36 inches. It still meets all the requirements.
Thank you.
Anything further?
Just accept staff's recommendation.
We got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to item number 27, final plat review for Moxley Large Lot Easement Subdivision, AKA Turnage Woods Subdivision, containing 3 lots on 15.04 acres located off Murfreesboro Road in the 12th voting district. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This project is located off Murfreesboro Road, as you can see in red in the left inset. The development total is 15.04 acres and consists of 3 lots, as you can see in the blue-gray. Lots will be accessed by an access easement shown in the yellow. The resource protection standards have been met. Water will be provided by Millcrofton Utility District. Wastewater will be handled via individual on-site septic systems, and the Department of Sewage Disposal Management has approved the request. The final plat is consistent with the previously approved preliminary plat, and staff recommends approval with standard conditions outlined in the staff report.
Thank you. Any questions on item number 27? I have a motion. Do I have a second? We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. Any further business? Hearing none, motion to adjourn.
Adjourn.